Hello and welcome back to the Eastwood podcast. Today we are talking about something we all struggle with: procrastination. And in today's world full of screens and endless content, it is harder than ever to stay focused. So, why do we procrastinate and how can we stop? Let us break it down. Imagine you are trying to fill a bucket with water, but it has holes. No matter how much water you pour in, it's going to leak out. Procrastination is just like that. You spend your time and energy, but distractions drain your focus and progress. So, why do we procrastinate in a digital world? Thing number one: instant gratification. We love things that make us feel good right away. Checking social media, reading messages, or watching short videos gives us quick moments of happiness. But chasing these quick rewards make it hard to focus on the task that we really need to do. And that takes us away and we perform the important tasks later. 2. Poor time management. Without a clear plan, it is easy to get lost. One moment you are checking an email and before you know it, you've spent an hour watching random videos. Does that sound familiar? That's poor time management at work. And thing number 3, we have the dopamine effect. When we get notifications, likes, or new messages, our brain releases a feel-good chemical called dopamine. This keeps us hooked, making us pick up our phones again and again and again. It's a cycle that feeds procrastination. So instead of doing what we must, we check our phones, watch videos on TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, which is going to, give us a short-lived moment of happiness, but then not really getting our jobs done. Procrastination doesn't just waste our time, it leads to real problems. You miss deadlines, you lose good opportunities, you are going to feel stressed and even hurt your relationships. Over time, it can make you feel less confident and productive. So how do you stop? Let's talk about 2 ways to break free from procrastination. Thing number 1, focus on one thing at a time. That is, don't multitask. Multitasking seems productive but splits your attention. Instead, pick one task and focus on it. Try the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes on one thing, one task. Take a 5-minute break. Repeat this a few times, then later you take a longer break. This helps you stay on track and build momentum. Thing number 2, set tech boundaries. It is hard to avoid technology in this age, but you can control how it affects you. Use apps that block distracting websites. You can use freedom or self-control. Plan when you check social media instead of letting it take over your life. Turn off notifications when you need to focus. A simple trick you can do is that put your phone on D&D, do not disturb, while working. What I do personally is that I put my phone on airplane mode. That way, no calls, no notifications, zero. No one is, calling me, no one is texting me. I receive no notifications. It helps keep my mind clear and free from any interruption. Are there any more tips to stay focused? Of course. Let's look at, let's say, four tips. So, tip number 1, break big tasks into smaller steps to make them easier to start. You don't have to start big, start small, and then build from there. Tip number 2, set clear goals and stick to a schedule. Create a timetable. The world is not a school. The world is not a school. It is not a place where you study for an hour, you go for a break, and then they ring back the bell, you go back inside and then study. No, it doesn't work that way. If you're not going to be disciplined enough for your future, then, there's nobody who is going to, be responsible for you. Teachers are responsible for students because they get paid to do that. Parents are responsible for you because that is their job. But then the moment you grow, it becomes your responsibility to take care of your own self. So if you're not doing that, I'm sorry, you are really going to hurt yourself. Tip number 4, keep your workspace free from distractions. And then, that's thing number 3 rather. And tip number 4, Reward yourself after finishing important tasks. Here are some great books to help you understand procrastination and digital distractions. We have The Now Habit by Neil Fiore. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's Fiore. Fiore. I don't really know. We have Deep Work by Cal Newport. And then we have Hooked by, I also don't know how to pronounce this name. I've tried. Nir Eyal. Nir, and then Eyal. These are all good books that you can read. I have personally read the Deep Work by Cal Newport. Great book. Please, if you can, get one of these books, get into it, and then, don't just read. Okay, look, don't just listen to the podcast, don't just listen to episodes and then you are done. What you ought to do is that you need to act it out. Whatever information you take in, you need to do something with it, else it's redundant. It's just in your head and then it doesn't really help you. Procrastination is that leaky bucket, but with the right habits, you can plug those holes and fill it up. Focus on what matters, set limits with your technology devices, and take control of your time. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who might need it. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you in the next episode.